Hi, my name is Sergio Santino. I got into this industry about 20 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. My parents had always owned property, so automatically as a kid we were always brought to go over there and fix up the units or whatever when tenants moved out. So at that point I decided to go to Pasadena City College, and at City College I took a 2-year building design, and we built a couple of houses there on different properties that the school acquired. And when I was done with that, I went to work for Bruce Wheeler, which was a general contractor in the area. He did work for Cynthia Bennett, which is well known in the Pasadena area for high-end kitchen and bathroom. And we worked for 2 years together while I was studying for my general contractor's license. I took the test, I passed. I then asked Bruce if he wanted to partner up, and Bruce chose not to. I got my license here, and I started my own business. I managed a couple of properties. When I managed them, I realized we got a big job for an attorney. It was actually a construction attorney. It was one of my first jobs. It was a 5,000 square foot house in Monrovia on an 1.5 acres, swimming pool, tennis court. That was one of my first jobs. So at that point, I subbed everything out because I didn't have employees. And as I subbed it out, I realized what a nightmare a lot of the subs could be. And that we would go back and we would fix a lot of the problems that were there. So I started to gear up with employees. I hired 2 guys at that time, trained them. Next thing you know, we were framing the house. We were doing the foundation. We bought a bobcat, we bought a dump truck. We bought all the tools for carpentry, all the tools for fabrication of granite. So then I built the company up to 22 men, and we ran 22 men till this day. So I guess my favorite part is that we can dream something up, draw it, and then bring it to life. And that is really what makes us continue to do what we're doing. The worst part about the whole job is that unfortunately money goes very quickly.
Okay, now tell me a funny or interesting experience that has happened during one of your jobs. Anything out of the ordinary, unusual?
We're standing in one right now. This is a roasting warehouse where they bring the coffees green from different parts of the world. They roast them in their machine here, and then they turn a cup of coffee to coffee fanatics that come in. Which Chuck calls zombies at the same time, because he says people will come straight in. That's why during the construction process, it didn't matter what barricades we put, the people that knew that he was here, they wanted to come right through. The whole construction zone, scaffold everywhere, right? They just, and his concern was always that people that before their first cup of coffee in the morning, they're real zombied out and they're just like beelining for their cup of coffee. and that they feel that it's the right to park and go through whatever. So that was pretty interesting.
So tell us about your family. You have 2 kids?
I have 2 kids. A daughter, Mia, she's 10. A son, Aiden, he's 14. A wife, Colleen, she's 41. Been married we just celebrated our 17th year. Both born and raised in this area, in Pasadena, California.
There you go.
San Marino to be specific.
Okay.
I went through San Marino schools, now I moved back, and my kids are going through San Marino schools. Passions and hobbies. I like a lot of everything. I mean, to be honest with you, we camp, we hunt, we fish, we ski. Pretty much I try and do anything that comes across the table. I mean, I don't discriminate when it comes to activities or sports. I like them all. And we try to put them in our life as much as possible whenever we get a chance.
Now, have you had any on-camera experience?
No.
Prior? None at all. Okay, and then tell me a little bit about Italy. You have family there.
Yes, we have family. Okay, the roots of our family come from Sicily. And my parents were born in Argentina. And then from Argentina, we were born here. One of my sisters was born in Argentina, my oldest sister. She's 12 years older than I am. We've been back to Argentina. You know, I missed the Italy trip back.
But you do know a little bit of Italian.
I do, but it is pretty broken up, you know, but for sure I could get by in that world if we needed to get any materials for the construction industry. I think, again, once you know the trades, which I know the ins and outs of every trade myself, how to do it, then at that point you can get by in almost any language at that point to get what you need.
And then lastly, why do you think you're right to take on this project? Aside from the fact that you're best friends with Brian Bottano.
Well, when Brian called me and asked me, I thought about it. And you know, it's kind of difficult to leave all the stuff I got going on over here for a month. But for such a good friend like Brian, you know, I told him that I would consider it. I did ask him if he could send my family there too, but he wasn't sure, because he wasn't thinking that we were going to be there too long. But we're going to pay attention to detail, and whatever we do to the house, you'll never know that we were there and that we did anything. It'll look original, and it'll have the comforts that Brian needs in his life, and will be a cost-effective way to get all that accomplished.